Now there is another method to use that I know a lot of people that they use, especially guys out in the field. They find it a lot faster. It's actually cheaper in the end, but it can be a lot more dangerous, and it is a little trickier. It's to use an angle grinder. We had talked about using an angle grinder to cut our, to grind down our floor, but you can also use it to cut tile. Now with the angle grinder, there's another factor that you have to consider. Whatever marks you make, you actually have to mirror that image. So if you, like on this one here, if you were to make that kind of cut, you can't just draw this out and then cut it. You actually have to flip it over, and you would mark it on the back. Now it's not that bad, but some people can't really do that in their minds sometimes. It confuses them too much, and so it creates a problem with that. And even I get a little confused at times, but it can be done, and it works. It does work well. So what I've done, I've made up a scenario where in a bathroom we would have a round cutout for, as you can see right down here, where the toilet goes. You'll have to cut around that. Now there are times where the tile will end up on half or a quarter. I have had it where it's ended up right in the middle of it. And now that looks almost impossible, which it is impossible to do on the wet tile saw. You can do it with an angle grinder. So once again, you have to make sure whatever you do, you need to mirror it. So if it's off to one side, make sure you mirror that onto the back side. Once you got it marked out, you would take your angle grinder and make sure you have your safety equipment on. I'm not going to start it in here. It's too enclosed. It would get way too dusty. It's too noisy. But I'll just give you the general idea on how to do it. So you obviously plug your angle grinder in, and with angle grinders, you just flick it on and it stays on. That's so that you can use your hand properly. There are also handles that come with it. You can hold off to the side if you prefer. I personally don't. I like to have the freedom of my two hands. Well, all you would do is take the angle grinder and you would just lightly score. So as it's spinning, you're just lightly scoring, and you just keep doing that, just a light score all the way around. You end up actually doing it about 4 or 5 times, going around and around until finally you cut through. If you try and cut through in one straight cut, almost guaranteed you will end up breaking the tile. So that's why you need to just go through slowly again and again. And with any cutting, doing anything, if you do break it, no problem. Just start over and just learn from your mistakes. And sometimes it's not even a mistake, it's just the way the tile is, how things happen. Now if you ever run into a problem where the blade starts getting wobbly or anything like that, every angle grinder comes with a wrench just like this, 2 little prongs. You put the prongs inside the holes here, and there is a lock. You put your thumb on, and you just turn whichever. If you want to loosen it, obviously you'd go this way, so that loosens it, and then to tighten it, you would just turn it this way. Now, if you ever heard of the old term righty-tighty, lefty-loosey? If you remember that, you'll be able to tighten and loosen pretty much anything with any screwdrivers, drills, you name it. It's all the same.